They have warm toilet seats. Hey ho, so I had planned to go to New York during summer, then it somehow turned into Japan. It's middle of July and my mom said, hey, I got vacation days on your birthday. Anywhere you want to go? Now understand my birthday's in September, so I thought this was a bit early to ask. So I went, I don't know, can we just get a big Domino's pizza and call it a day? No, stupid, where do you want to fly? Oh, I guess New York? My mom says, alright, that works. September rolls around and my mom hands me a boarding pass that says, Tokyo, Japan. Now, I'm not American, but I don't think Tokyo's a state. What the shit? Okay, my mom, being the actual kick-ass mom that she is, was able to get standby tickets for first class, which she gracefully bestowed upon me. Now, this is sick. The big chair turns into a bed, I get my own cabinet to put my stuff into, I get over-the-ear headphones, a big screen. This was insane. If you're gonna get a first class ticket, you have to do it for a 12-hour flight, which this flight was. Also, my mom worked extra hours to make this trip super extra special. So, can we give my mom a great round of applause, please? Do it. I will wait. Alright, thank you. Alright, now time for the actual fun stuff. First day we landed in Tokyo and we were immediately intimidated by the amount of different train lines there were. While looking at the train line map, I thought, a lot of these names seem really familiar. Shibuya, Shinjuku, Osaka. Oh I'm in Persona 5. I text my friends who actually played Persona to tell them where I am, and my mom and I get on the train, and rightfully so, I put on beneath the mask. The next day we rested for a bit before going out and grabbing breakfast at this cute pastry shop. Back in the hotel I remembered, wait, this is Japan, there's cat cafes. My mom Googles cat cafes nearby and within an hour we were walking to one. I was a little worried because although I am a cat person, I have major cat allergies, or so I thought. Throughout the entirety of the cat cafe, I had zero issues with the cats. My mom and I walk in and it's just cats. All cats. Everywhere. There were Smash Bros setups, Mario Kart setups, books, mangas, couches, beds. I would have liked to play against some Japanese people in Smash, but it kind of felt wrong to travel halfway across the world to play Smash Bros in a cafe full of cats. But this place was so freaking cute. I loved it so much. You could pay 100 yen, which was approximately $1, to get a capsule of food to feed the cats. And as soon as I opened the capsule, 3 cats came towards me like I was some sort of Disney princess. A few tears were shed during this cafe, mostly due to me doing 2 months of summer school and having basically zero fun all summer long. But finally being in a nice, safe, chill place full of cute cats was a very nice change of pace for a little bit. We took some cute pictures and videos of the cats chilling and eating, so my mom and I set off to a place that I thought I would never be able to go to. The Kirby Cafe. Earlier in the day, my mom told me that she tried to get reservations for the Kirby Cafe, but they were all booked, but showed me that we could get takeout from the Kirby Cafe and eat it outside. Now, I like Kirby. A lot. Don't believe me? So being able to actually eat in the Kirby Cafe was amazing. My mom and I both got burgers and fries, and I don't know if it was the fact that I was so hungry, so happy, so tired, or if the burgers were just really good. But a few tears were shed here too. The star hash browns were super cute, and I kept the containers they gave us. Next was the gift shop. Picking what to get was a serious task for me, but my mom eventually said, "F it, I'm gonna wait for you outside and charge my phone." The next 20 minutes consisted of me frantically going, "Oh, that's so cute, what is that? Oh god, what is that price tag?" I finally made my decision, which I will show you later, because I still need the watch time. Also, in the Skytree Tower, there's also a Pokemon store, which was like 3 times as big as the Kirby store, and even more crowded. I was tempted to get something there, but decided against it since I only had one Pokemon I really liked, and they didn't even have it. And most plushies there I could get back home if I looked hard enough in the mall. But the Kirby Cafe was here and only here. We went back to the hotel satisfied with the day and ready to start again tomorrow. The next day, my mom and I traveled to our next hotel. We dropped off our bags and walked around the city for a little bit. We passed a few stores, got scammed by a shooting game, ate food, and found this big ass mall. They had so much I wanted to buy, but I stopped, stepped back, and said, wait, you go to Universal Studios tomorrow. Just wait. Also, there are numerous times where my mom and I would see a store from afar, think it looks cool, and then we walk in, it was just a pharmacy. We did this like a total of 4 times, and each time we felt more like idiots than the last. My mom and I walked around a little bit more to see this place had Legoland. We checked the front and they say you need to be 15 years old or younger and with a parent to go. Now, I'm not that young, so we politely asked the front if my mom and I could go in, and they said no. What the f***? There's no one in the line. Are you seriously gonna deny me to enter because I'm too old for Lego? I was so mad I almost gave birth to a kid right there on the spot. One day, I'll come back. With no kids, but I will demand entrance anyway. On the way back to our hotels, we saw a family with 2 kids wearing Mario-themed headbands. My mom and I looked at each other and went, we need to get those. The next day was the actual Universal Studios day, so we immediately impulse bought some headbands. I got the blue ones and my mom got the mushrooms. Okay, off topic, but I tried like 8 new drinks while I was in Japan, and 7 out of 8 of them disappointed me. I'm sorry, it might just because Japan puts a lot less sugar, but I did not like any of the drinks in Japan. Anyway, my mom and I entered opening time and head straight to the Spider-Man ride. From here on out, I'll be rating all of the rides I went on. My mom and I got us a 2-day pass we could go on as much as we want, but even then we still didn't have enough time to get on everything. Spider-Man ride was super cool and honestly a really strong opener. I have 0 complaints about this ride, it was just a bit loud for my sensitive ears. But the stage build was awesome. There's a part where an explosion happened and there was actual fire shot out of the window. Very cool sets and sound effects, A tier. Next, my mom and I headed to Minion World. Why Universal Studios has a Minion World? I don't know, but I'm not angry about it. The park was super cute and the little references we saw were perfect. While waiting in line, I started to notice how many references to Despicable Me there were. Anyway, the ride was fine, a bit loud, and definitely works in Spider-Man. B tier. After that, my mom and I went to a little teacup ride. In the time of the ride, I told her a story of when I was 6, I was at a carnival with my grandparents. I really wanted to get in the red bumper car. Sadly, I was one of the last kids to go in, and all there was left was a purple car. My spoiled ass started crying because I didn't get a red car, so they called me back and they let me go first next round so I can make sure I got the red car. Looking back on it now, I was just very sad about not getting the red car. I want to be like Lightning McQueen and go ka-chow. Anyway, the ride was C tier. But now, shit gets good. We walk in and my inner child comes out and I immediately start jamming to the music and just take everything in. I am in Nintendo World. My mom and I take a look around and eventually head to race against Bowser. Now up till now all the lines for this ride had references, but this one had the best ones. There are trophies, pictures of Bowser, videos of showing how to make bombs, books. Bowser seems like a really nice choice of a partner. You know, besides multiple cases of kidnapping. During the ride I looked around and the sets were made super well. They have the screen doing most of the work, but the sets and stages were nothing to scoff at. In the end, I got 3rd place by 5 points. I'm furious. Anyway, after that, we decided to have a look at the gift shops, since this will be the main place where I spend most of my money. I won't spoil what I got just yet because, well, you know the reason. Anyway, the ride was a solid S tier. Would go on again. Mainly because I strive to make sure I leave 7-year-olds crying because they lost him in a virtual reality Mario Kart ride. Next up is Yoshi's Adventure, which is more like Yoshi's Stroll. On this ride, you essentially get a chance to take a lot of photos of the park. The scenery is awesome, the sets are spectacular, and I don't say spectacular often. This ride is super nice for couples, but I was there with my mom, so I explained the entire story of Yoshi's Island and why Baby Mario and Baby Luigi are a thing. Anyway, the ride was super cute, but nothing crazy, but super cool for Nintendo nerds like me. My mom and I walked around Nintendo World for a little bit longer and realized it would be better to take photos of everything that looks good to me so we don't make any impulse purchases. We say goodbye to Nintendo World for the day, and on our way back to our next destination, we get these super cute pancake sandwiches that were so good. I'm so mad I didn't get them again. Also, a side note, everyone working at Universal Studios was super nice. I was recording them making food, and they were just super nice and friendly. I just wanted to give them all a hug. Anyway, they're super good, and I want more. If you get the chance, please grab some. They're so good. This isn't a ride, but it's S tier. Next ride we went on was Jaws. The ride was on water, and it was cool and spooky. The animatronic shark was very well made. They shot out fire, the captains were good actors, and just a good vibe. Nothing bad, so B tier. It was the end of the first day of Universal Studios. It was super cool, and I'm super excited to come back and get merchandise tomorrow. The next day we showed up, and first things first, we went on a roller coaster. Nothing special, but it was just a roller coaster, but nothing I couldn't get at Canada's Wonderland. B tier. I giggled on it. Next we got our fast pass to go to Hogwarts, home of Harry Potter. We ran to the first ride, which was 4D, and it was super cool. My mom and I loved it so much to the point where we went on it again. Anyway, the ride was an easy S tier. After that, we went on a little roller coaster, and honestly, it was very underwhelming. C to D tier. I'll decide what I actually put it at in editing. After a few hours, we went to Jaws one more time, and then headed to Nintendo World. We headed straight towards the cafe and ate like kings, and I don't know, but when we sat down and just took in the atmosphere of the whole place, I don't know if it was just the food, the place, the fact that I was hungry as hell, or the fact that this franchise has been with me since I was born. But again, I got teary-eyed. The food was super cute and tasty, and the music in the background was so perfect. It honestly was the perfect dinner, in the perfect place, even the cutest food ever. After that, we left to go for Minions one more time, got more footage for my video, and then headed back to Nintendo World for the rides. I was back for revenge. This time, I was determined to get first place in the Mario Kart. We sat down, I got ready, looked at my competitors, including my mother, and went, "Omae wa mou shindeiru." NANI? I lost to a middle-aged man in front who got 5 more coins than me. I'm furious. To end the night off, we went on Yoshi's Adventure one more time and enjoyed the nice view. Except not the end, because my mom and I saw a big-ass roller coaster and thought, we gotta go on it. So we waited 40 minutes to get on this Jurassic Park ride, and this ride is bloody sick. The previous roller coaster had me giggling on it, but this ride was actually so good. I don't have any footage of it because I was too tired and too lazy, but you had to lay down and then it just sent you off flying. Super sick. Best ride of the park. S tier. But with that, we said goodbye to Universal Studios, and here's my final tier list. The next day we packed up, said goodbye to our hotel, and headed to our final destination. Some random ass hotel in the middle of nowhere. I'm not kidding, I have zero footage of this place because it was so dead. The only footage I have is a train ride to the hotel. My mom only picked it because it was close to the airport, but it did not seem like a happy place to be. The hotel is like a comic book library though, which was super cute, but other than that, a pretty dead city. One significant thing we did was go to a donut shop, and I had a bite of the donut, and I was so surprised at how little sugar there was. Remember earlier when I said Japan cuts down on the sugar, like with all of their food? I was not kidding. I never noticed, but in North America, we douse our food in sugar and grease. So much in fact that I had a bite of the donut and I actively was so surprised. It wasn't bad, it was just different to what I've had. After that culture shock, we rested up and prepared for our 12-hour flight home. On our final day, we woke up, stopped at the local ramen shop, and flew home. Ramen is so good. Canada's interpretation of ramen cannot compare to the authentic ramen in Japan. Same with the fashion. I see so many people trying to copy Japan's fashion, and Japan just has it down. There's so many times where my mom and I would look at people and just stare because they were just so cool. I got home and slept for way too long and was way too happy to eat sugary food. Japan was awesome. It's my favorite place I've ever been to. When people ask why Japan is so cool and people just say, it just is. I understand now. It's just so cool and different, but not like intimidatingly different. Except for the trains. I still don't fully understand them. Japan was such an amazing place, and I recommend it to literally anybody who likes any type of media. I had the option to go to the Studio Ghibli Museum, but I had zero interest in it, but when I told my friends that, they almost pulled a knife on me. Anyway, here's the final haul I got. I'm definitely going back to Japan. It was so amazing, and they offer racing around the city in go-karts. but I just need my license first. So I'll definitely be going back one day. All in all, it was super nice to just get away from home for a little bit.
You saw a video?
Yeah, that's on video.
Luna was like, nah, this is mine.
Yeah, Luna was like, I was chosen out of everybody.
He still wants it.
He's like, I guess not.